coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Bam, 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 boom, boom. Appreciate the support. Big love to everybody out there on TBP Nation, man. Big love, big love. We out here, we rolling, we pushing P, we pushing this positive energy straight down the pipe. That's right. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We almost at 80K. Our goal is 100K before October. So let's get it. Let's go. Let's go, TBP. Shout out to everybody who been rocking with me with the morning mud, man. You know, drinking that coffee with me in the morning, getting my energy up, getting me, you know, focused, man, to go on about my day, man, with that positive energy, man. Appreciate the pull up. Everybody, appreciate y'all pulling in the morning, man. And today we talking about pull-ups. We talking about pull-ups, man. We talking about pull-ups. Somebody had brought that up in one of the, I think the mornings or one of the comments, man, when they were saying about people, you know, have I ever seen anybody go to collect money and they get, you know, they get the business? Yes, I have. Many times. Many times. You know, so it's like, you know, when you pull up on somebody for whatever reason, it being to collect the debt, to straighten the beef, to get some understanding, if you pull up, you better be prepared to get hit up, because dudes be nervous pervers. And you pull up on them and they know you pulling up on them about something. You know, to me, that's like common knowledge. You got to assume that they know you ain't, you know, you ain't coming in peace. You know what I'm saying? That you coming in a way that you trying to get some understanding. If you don't get no understanding, then what's your next move? So you got to assume that, you know what I'm saying, when somebody pull up on you, man, that they got some bad intentions for you, you know, overall, in the long run, they got some bad intentions for you. That's the way I always felt. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I always felt. If somebody pulling up on me about something, that in my mind, I automatically go into, you know, somewhat anger mode. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm saying, hold on, you pulling up on me like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking like if I don't, you know, agree with what you saying, or if I don't, you know, adhere to whatever you bringing to me, then you gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. So I won't never with that, you know what I'm saying? Don't pull up on me like you trying to straighten me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna automatically go into a different mode in my head, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, because I always feel like it's bad intentions, man, you know. And then you got a lot of dudes in prison, they do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? They play them old games like that, man. They act like they, you know, you might say something or whatever. They act like they pull up on you, go knock on your door. They want the pod to see it. They be doing it for, you know, for showboating and you know what I'm saying, what they call it out here now, clout chasing or whatever. They be doing it, you know, but they'll pull up on you where people can see you, where people can see them pull up on you, but they'll double back, you know what I'm saying, and come back and apologize where can't nobody see them. I ain't never like that. I done had a couple of controversies with dudes like that. They'll act like they, hey, you know, with the body language with people, even if they can't hear you, you know, the rest of the block can't hear what you saying, but your body language will be like, hey, yo, I mean, look, I mean, what was that about, you know, all of that? Nah, don't try that with me. Don't try that with me, man. But I've seen it, man. I've told y'all, you know, some of these stories about situations, and that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Pulling up on people, trying to get some straightening. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some straightening. You know, when you try to get some straightening, man, you know, you might get straight. You know, straight Bethlehem. You know, straight Bethlehem. I remember the one incident I told y'all about the dude that had came on there and was acting like he was some kin to me, and he was beefing with the New York dudes. And, you know, me and Dixon gonna go out there and see what was going on, and we trying to squash the beef. You see what I'm saying? But then he pull a country break. He got all these cats with him. He pull a country break and swing on old boy, and old boy at the Bethlehem and pull it out and lit him up, man. I mean, hit him. He bleeding from the face and everything, and he's still trying to pursue the dude because his ego involved. And he getting ready to get killed. You know what I'm saying? He getting ready to get killed, but he pulled up on him. You see what I'm saying? So you can't pull up on nobody and don't be prepared for the worst case scenario. You got to have that already in your head. What's the worst case scenario? And then if you pulling up, you know, in the penitentiary, it's understood that the pull up means that you applying pressure. You applying pressure. You can't apply pressure to somebody and don't be prepared for the pushback. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that and don't be prepared for the pushback. And dudes, man, this is this happens in the penitentiary every day, all over. You know, dudes try to play big boy. Dudes try to play tough. They talk tough, and they try to pull up on you real strong. And then sometimes they get what they looking for. You know what I'm saying? They get what they looking for. I mean, by way of the Bethlehem, by way of fists and everything. I done seen dudes scream on dudes at poker tables. Man, no, you ain't, I'm going to tell you. And walk around the table, and dude that they screaming on get up and bang, 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 bang. And I mean, take off on them and crush them. But you was the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? You was the aggressor. So that's just how it go, man. You got to be prepared, man. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But if you pulling up on somebody, man, you got to assume that, you know, them people is willing to defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, depending on who they are, you know, how they gonna do that with the Bethlehem, with their fists, with a weapon or whatever, you know. And like I say, I've seen it, man. I told y'all the story about old Blood, you know what I'm saying? Blood, when Blood pulled up on Butter. You know what I'm saying? He pulled up on Butter, and he thought that you know, he was screaming on Butter. Butter, big dude. You know, Blood small as a toothpick, but Blood gonna push that Bethlehem. But when he known to push the Bethlehem, so he is known over that's what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? He too little to fight. He will put that Bethlehem in you though. So when he pulling up on Butter, he see that Butter, you know, Butter is a physical problem. You know what I'm saying? And Butter won't no sucker, but he pull up on Butter so strong about a debt that, you know, you forced him to react, because you this a man. At the end of the day, this a man. You can't just pull up on a man all talking reckless or whatever. Whether he owe you or not, you still got to display some type of level of respect for him to feel like he's not being, you know, chumped. He's not being, you know, treated like a sucker. And when the way he pull up, Blood talk greasy, you know what I'm saying? And he was talking greasy. And Butter just was like, man, hold up, who you talking? He even get even more aggressive, weighing $140. He said, I'm talking to you, ma. And boom, boom, Butter just took off on him. You know, slid him on across the floor, but he hit that floor and popped up like a jack in the box and pulled that Bethlehem out. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, he was prepared. You see what I'm saying? He was prepared because he know the way that he talk, and he know pulling up on somebody about a debt or pulling up on somebody about getting some straightening, that it can pop off. And in his situation, it popped off. You know what I'm saying? He got popped on. Boom. But he pulled that joint out and he changed the whole scenario. Because like I say, he old school. He know the rules. He know. Don't talk to no dude like he a child. Don't talk to the dudes like the police be trying to talk. Don't do that to nobody and not expect them to, you know, give you some type of feedback, man, and or some type of pushback. So, you know, like I say, it has happened, man, many times, and more times than I can even remember. I'm just giving y'all scenarios off the top of my head, but, you know, I'm thinking as I'm saying this stuff because, yeah, I've seen some serious situations like that. I remember on Power Tan, and the dude owed some money, man. He owed some money for the poker game, and he owed that money for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And he won't try to pay it, and he just walking around doing his thing. And dude has got that pressure on him. He got that pressure on him about that money, man. You better have this money on store day today. I'm telling you, and you putting that out there. You telling somebody what they better do. So when you say that to somebody what they better do, you already know the implications is if you don't. So when you pull up on me and I don't have it, I'm automatically in defense mode because you done already told me what I better do. You see what I'm saying? So he went down there to his cell on store day and he going down there thinking that he gonna shake the dude up, or he done shook the dude up. And as soon as he knocked on the dude came out the door swinging. Nah, nah, nah. And he took off running down the tier. And dude chasing him. He's still trying to get him. And he done hit him about 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But he is the one who owe him. He owed the dude that he's chasing. But being that he can't pay it and he think dude's gonna hurt him, he hurting him. You know what I'm saying? But my thing was, I don't even know why you even go to his cell without having that on you, or without being, what was you thinking you gonna do? Fight him, talk to him, scare him into saying woo woo woo, some more threats. That stuff don't work in the penitentiary. Words don't work in the penitentiary. They work to a certain degree, and it has a cutoff point. It has a cutoff point where words gonna have to stop and action gonna have to begin. That's just how it is. Words gonna have to stop and actions gonna have to begin, because dudes they not gonna listen to you. They not gonna keep on listening to you talk tough. They not gonna keep listening to you acting like you gonna do something to them, because you just might do it. And if you talk yourself into it enough, then you might do it. You know what I'm saying? And dudes know that and they understand that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he got hit going to collect a debt. Going to collect a debt. And many dudes I know, many countless of dudes I know, you know, go to collect a debt and get knocked out. Go to collect a debt and get punched in the face. You know, go to collect a debt and get the rumbling. You know what I'm saying? But I seen it go on both ways. I seen dudes go to collect a debt and dude ain't got it and he bust the dude up. You know what I'm saying? But I've also seen the dudes go to collect the debt and he get bust up. You see what I'm saying? I done seen dudes go to collect the debt, he ain't got it, bust him up, beat him up, take his property, take his TV and everything, and go on about his business and think it's over with. And that same dude came back about a week later and put the Bethlehem in him and sent him off on a helicopter and he almost died. Because you can't put your hands on nobody in life, I believe, but especially in the penitentiary, and then stay around that person and feel like you comfortable. I never understood why dudes do that. They feel like in their mind that they can put so much fear in you that you just will accept anything and they can stay around you. I could never do that. I could never do that, feel that comfortable around somebody that I'd have had physical altercation with, because I've seen it too many times in the penitentiary that could cost you your life, you know what I'm saying, or cost you, you know, your health, by somebody, you know, giving you a colostomy bag, or, you know, knocking your eye out, or, you know, putting a scar or something on your face, or knocking your teeth out. You know what I'm saying? All these things is possibilities when you sleep on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you sleeping on somebody when you pull up on them about some straightening and you ain't prepared to straighten it. You're not prepared to straighten it. If I pull up on you about some money you owe me, or if I done told you better have this by this point in time or that point in time, you can be sure his grits is grosses. When I come to you, I'm prepared to put you down. Straight up. You make a country break and I'm prepared to react to your country break. Period. Because I just understand that. To me, it's understanding. But a lot of people don't. Like I say, because people feed off of aggression. When they talk tough or they talk to you real aggressive and you don't respond in as aggressive response, they feel like they got you shook. They feel like they got you shook, and a lot of times that's a miscalculation. That's a real miscalculation, and that miscalculation alone could cause somebody to lose their life. You know what I'm saying? It could cause somebody to lose their life, man. You know, who else? It was another situation, as I was saying, that popped up in my head as well. You know, I told you the butter situation. It was somebody else that pulled that too, and it didn't work out real good for him, man. It did not work out real good for him at all. It just popped in my head a few seconds ago, but like I say, man, it has happened so many times, man. In my bit, man, it seemed like it would be common knowledge that people would know that. You know what I'm saying? To be prepared when you do something. Be prepared when you make a move on somebody. Be prepared when you scream on somebody. Be prepared when you go to collect from somebody. Because if they don't have it, their automatic defense is to fight. That's the only resource that they have. That's the only response that they can give you. If I can't pay you and you coming to get it, and you already said that I got to have it. I got to have it. I don't have it. So what am I gonna do? I'm not just gonna lay down and let you do nothing to me. So I got to respond. You see what I'm saying? That's the same situation that happened from the beginning with me when I was in my younger age and in my flammery. The same thing that happened with me, Block, and Chucky. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have it, and I won't gonna pay. I had it, but I won't gonna pay it. So when he come to me about the debt, I already know what it is. I know he coming for recreation, not conversation. That's common sense. Period. Yeah, I know he coming. He mean business. If he pulling up on me about a debt, that's just man. To me, that's just common sense, man. When somebody pulling up on you about a debt or anything in penitentiary, man, you always got to take it serious. You always got to be prepared, you know, to go to war. You always got to be prepared to protect your person, to do whatever it is that you got to do, no matter what it is. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. I believe it's like that in real life, man. People don't pull up on you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, especially about a disagreement, about a money dispute, about, you know, a controversy, and they being nice. They not. It just don't happen like that, man. You know, the main one I had told y'all about that time went on with the Tink situation. You know, with the Tink situation and Jesse, you know, Jesse was the initiator. Jesse was the aggressor. You know, even though Jesse was a white dude, but Jesse was the aggressor because Jesse, I'm just, you know, guesstimate his frame of mind. His frame of mind is he's a white dude in prison, you know what I'm saying, and he into the gambling. He into that type of lifestyle that comes with the violence. So if you start letting people take advantage of you, then, you know, the gig is up. You can't run nothing. You can't get no money. You can't get paid because you're not willing to enforce what you have to enforce to get paid. If you're not willing to do that, it ain't nobody gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I done seen dudes run store boxes and, you know, let dudes, you know, not pay them or buck on them, and they say, oh, don't worry about it. You just can't get nothing from me no more. You ain't got to worry about that. Nah, that ain't gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it in the penitentiary because once dudes see that he ain't pay you, oh, everybody else on your old sheet gonna be coming up with all types of excuses, man. Oh man, my money ain't come in. This dude pay you every week, and he always never late. Oh man, my money ain't come in this time, or because some dudes ain't gonna be bold enough just to buck on you and say, I ain't getting it to you, man. You ain't make Joe Blow pay you. I ain't paying. Some dudes ain't bold enough to do that. Some dudes are. But they'll come up with the other flammer. Oh, man, I ain't get it this week. Oh, man, let me pay you next week because I had to do this and I ain't had nothing but a little bit of money. All of that is just the beginning of the snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? Rolling down here is just getting bigger and bigger because nobody going to want to pay you because you're not willing to put in no work. You got to be willing to put that work in order to get paid. You see what I'm saying? So I think in Jesse's frame of mind was that he had to pick somebody to make an example because he running big boy games. He running big boy games. He running games with killers in it. You know what I'm saying? These killers in there, and if they ain't gonna respect you, if they paying you, then they assuming that everybody else got to pay you. Because once they see that somebody ain't gonna pay you, oh, you definitely ain't getting that money. You can lay flat and believe that you ain't getting not a dime of that money. But if they win, they want every penny. You know what I'm saying? You on $50, you can't give them $49.99. They want the penny. You understand me? They want the penny. So I guess he figured like he gonna set an example. He picked Tink because Tink the smallest dude. Tink small, man. Tink like 5'6", ball 40. But Tink sing that Bethlehem, man, like he, you know, Goliath. You know what I'm saying? And he picked Tink, man, and he was the aggressor. So he telling Tink that, you know what I'm saying, you better have this, you better have that. I'm telling you, don't come out on the yard, you know, or when you come out on the yard, bring your knife and all this. He did. You know what I'm saying? He did. And Jesse ended up getting the worst end of that, man. He almost lost his life. But, you know, even though Tink had assistance, he still almost lost his life. But he was the aggressor. He was the one pulling up on him about the debt. See what I'm saying? And see, that's where the old saying come in, man. Silence is king. You know what I'm saying? If you give somebody a warning that you're going to hurt them, you give somebody a warning that you coming at them, you give somebody a threat, you have already basically gave them permission to you know, get prepared and or to make a move on you before you even, follow through with what you saying. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know if everybody think, but that to me, that's just common sense. If you tell me, oh man, I'm gonna F you up, I'm gonna kill you Tuesday. If you tell me you gonna kill me Tuesday, and it's Sunday, and you telling me you gonna kill me Tuesday, it's a very good chance you gonna die Monday or you gonna die Sunday right after you tell me. So that just, that's me. Because I'm not going to sit around and see, is you telling the truth? Is you serious? Are you sincere? Man, who does that? You know, who does that? And that was his flaw by telling Tink to come out there and be prepared to do this and do that. Because Tink had been owing you. Tink had been bucking on you. Tink had been late on the money. So if you had a problem with Tink, you should have went ahead and made the sacrifice and waited till Tink came out there and bust your move on him. And this is what it was for. You ain't pay me. It would have been understood. But by you preparing him, you almost lost your life. You know what I'm saying? You almost lost your life, man. And it's a lot of dudes that did that, man. It's a lot of dudes, man, that they wrote a check with their mouth, man, that they body could not cash, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't spit that venom out your mouth, man, and don't be prepared for the pushback. You know what I'm saying? You have to be prepared for the pushback. Even if you're in the right. Even if somebody owe you and you trying to say, yeah, look, I want my money. But you still got to be prepared to do what you got to do. And then you always kind of like sort of like know who you talking to. You know that this person is not the type of person that you push a threat to, because you know they're going to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? You know if this type of person is a person that if you say this to, that you might have to hurt them. So you got to be prepared to hurt them. So you might as well keep the words to yourself and just go ahead and do what you got to do and save yourself some trouble. Save yourself some trouble, man. And yeah, man. But it goes down in the penitentiary with all of that type of action, man. And I know dudes that really took the L, man. That was in the right. I know dudes that them took that L, man. That was in the right, trying to, because penitentiary ain't cut out for, everybody in the penitentiary ain't cut out to hustle. Everybody in the penitentiary ain't cut out to get no money, because it's just too much danger that's involved with it. And you may be a hustler, but you may not be. It's a lot of hustlers. It's a lot of good hustlers. It's a lot of money getters that's not violent. There's not about that violence, that hand-to-hand work. They not, because when they was on the street and they was hustling, they had head busters. They had hitters. They had dudes around them that'll put that work in for them, so they never had to really get their hands dirty. In the penitentiary, you got to get your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? And even in the penitentiary, if you getting money and you got some hitters, if you got some dudes that'll put that work in for you, then still, you got dudes that might double back and try to get you for putting them on them. You see what I'm saying? Kent was like that, R.I.P. Kent. Kent ain't going to bust a grape. Kent is not going to bust a grape, but he got dudes that will bust your brain. You understand me? He got dudes that will bust your brain, and he ain't even got to tell them. They going to do it on the strength that they, respect and appreciate what he do for them. So when you pull up on him with some foolishness, or you owe him some money that you bucking on, Kent don't care. He the first one that gonna say, go ahead, keep that. I ain't got to deal with you no more. But them head busters he got, oh nah, they want that money. They want that money, especially JoJo and Rico them. Oh, they want that money. Yeah, straight up. Oh no, you gonna pay him? Yeah, you gonna pay him. You gonna pay him today. What? Boop, boop, boop. JoJo will take straight off on you and lay you down. You know what I'm saying? Lay you down. So it's just a lot of different dynamics in there, man, with that stuff. It's a lot of different dynamics in there with it, man. But the bottom line is that, you know, if somebody owe you, man, you know, either you gonna let it go and deal with all the pushback that comes with letting that go, or either you need to put that work in and keep your mouth closed. That's it. You tell them one time, and I don't even feel like you need to tell them more than one time. You should have told them from the beginning. People, when they owe you, they know they owe you. When they wrong you, they know they wrong you. So the talk part is over. If you're not going to do nothing about it, man, you know, in the penitentiary and even out here in life, just let it go. Just let it go. But in the penitentiary, the thing with letting things go in the penitentiary is so much different than letting things go out here on the street. And I had to learn that you let something go out here on the street, and it's definitely 100% in your best interest. It's in your best interest. If it don't harm you physically, if it don't hurt you physically, if it don't cost you no money, you know, it's in your best interest to just let it be. Because just push them people on out of your life and you don't have to deal with them no more, especially if it's somebody that you know. But in the penitentiary, it's just so different. Because if you let something go in the penitentiary, if you let something be taken away from you in the penitentiary, if you let something physically happen to you in the penitentiary, it's just a snowball effect. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the problem get worse, man. So you have to deal with it emphatically, and you have to deal with it immediately. That's the only way to deal with it in the penitentiary. You see what I'm saying? Period. Because if not, you're going to deal with way more problems of the same sort that you could have dealt with when it was in its inception. You know what I'm saying? You could have dealt with it off the rip and it would have been over with. But you know, it's different. Two different places, man. Like I say, the penitentiary is another world. It's a whole nother world, man. It's just a world within a world, man. It's not this real world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a part of this world, it's not a part of this world, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, man. But anyway, the bottom line is when you go to collect something, man, or you go to push up on somebody, man, always remember that's a person. That's a person. That's a person with their own heart, their own feelings, their own emotions, their own defenses, their own protection. And they may just push back harder than you pushing at them. So you got to be prepared, man. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know, either do something or leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Do something or leave it alone. But that ain't going to cut it. You know, that can get you more than you bargain for. But y'all let me know in the comments, man. Talk to me. I talk back. I'm going to do some more thinking on this. I just jumped on here and pushed this out here to y'all. I'm going to do some more thinking. I'm quite sure there's a lot more incidents that I can think of and go into depth about, man. You know, just thinking about it now, this thing's popping up in my head. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Hit me in the comments, talk to me. Y'all know I talk back. I appreciate the love out there. TBP Nation, we rocking, we rolling. Y'all tap in the mornings. We going to keep that rolling, man. We going to drink that mud in the morning. We going to get our day started off on some positive energy. Man, y'all tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We on almost at 80K. That's a goal. 100K is the goal for October. I believe we can do it. If not us, then who? You know what I'm saying? Who better than us? Riddle me that. Huh? Talk to me now. I talk back, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Boom, 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 boom. Duck them hooks. And do not pull up on nobody unless you prepared to.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.